the last update, star chests have been changed, and instead of giving you a guaranteed super, they can drop now classic units. But what if I tell you they got a secret buff and the average outcome of babies got even increased? You didn't know that? Let's check it out together. And with that said, thank you everybody for being here again, really appreciate it. Back on the main account in the squaddy overview, because that is the part where we have to start. In the last update, the progression system got completely reworked, and with that we don't need to collect 10,000 babies, we need to collect now 8,100 babies for one ultimate version. And that's actually a good thing, but the mid and early game got a little bit nerfed there, because you need now 450 babies for one super instead of 100 and 2,700 babies for one ultra instead of the 1,000, and that is not a too good change, and I already gave that feedback. But nevertheless, it is a good change overall, since we need to collect 19% less babies than in the past. And that change for sure had also an impact on the star chests. In the past it was giving you a guaranteed super worth 100 babies. If that would have been the same now, it would be worth 450 babies, and then the star chests would be much more OP than they have ever been. So they did rework the star chests as well. And instead of giving you now a guaranteed super, you are getting guaranteed at least 2 classics, which is worth 60 babies. But hold on, there are further probabilities for the other things to drop. As you can see here, we can drop up to 8 classics with a chance of 4%, and 8 classics would be now 8 times 30 babies, that's 240 babies, and that's not looking too bad comparing it to 100 babies of that one super in the past. So that means in 89% of the cases you're getting somewhat classic versions. But there is a chance for getting 1, 2, 3 or even 4 supers, an ultra, or even with the chance of 0.05% an ultimate version, and that's definitely nice. So for those guys who are dropping there an ultimate, yep, you have been incredibly lucky hitting that 0.05%. If you have enjoyed the video so far, then definitely don't forget to leave a like and subscribe completely for free to my channel to not miss any Squad Busters content in the future. So these have been the values for the 9 chests, and if you are not getting a super within the first 9 chests, the 10th one will give you a guaranteed super or even better, so there are some different values. In the past it was pretty easy, it was 95% for giving you one ultra and 5% for an ultimate, so these 10th chests, if you were landing there, were super OP. Now they are different. There's a high chance you're ending up with a super, and you can see the probability here. We still have a chance of getting an ultra and an ultimate, and that means it's much unlikely now to drop one ultimate there, because instead of the 5%, we only got here a 0.45%. But remember, ultras are now much more worse than in the past as well. In the past you needed 10 for one ultimate, and now you need only 3. So combining here ultra and ultimate, that's still a very good outcome. But what is now the average outcome? Let's check it out first for the standard chest, so not that bonus chest. You can see in the past it was a guaranteed super worth 100 babies. Now it's a guaranteed 2 classics, which would be worth 60 babies. The average value in the past was 145 and now is 227. So for the average chest, the outcome is almost as double as high as in the past, and that's a big W. The maximum reward stays for sure the ultimate. In the past that were worth 10,000 babies and now only 8,100. At the end it's an ultimate unit. And for the bonus chest it's looking also different. In the past you were getting their guaranteed ultra worth 1,000 babies. Now you're getting at least one super worth only 100 babies, and that decreases for sure the average outcome. It was in the past 1,450 babies and is now 1,088. And for sure the max reward is still the same, an ultimate, but the value would be less than in the past. And if we now combine all these things together, we are landing at some good values. In the past, the complete average outcome from all the chests you would open, it was 258 babies per single chest, including those bonus chests. And today it is 278 babies, so it is almost the same value, and at the end of the day this is a good rework, since it is slightly better than in the past, but first-handed it does for sure look worse, because it's now the classic phase instead of a super phase. But nevertheless it got a buff, and it got a higher average outcome of babies than in the past. But what should I say, guys? This is not the end of the story, because the income of star tokens got also changed, and it is now harder to collect star tokens. In the past, we were having a lot of fusions. From a fusion from baby to classic, we were getting 10, followed by 20, 30 and 40. Now with the different values, We are not getting 10 luckily, but we are getting at least 20. 30 for the second stage, 40 for the fourth, and 50 for getting 1 ultimate. And if you sum now up the total value of star tokens you would receive from fusing 10,000 babies in the past to 1 ultimate, and now 8,100 babies to 1 ultimate, we can see that during that duration we are getting half the amount of star tokens. Well, we need 1,900 babies less, which can be then fused on another side. We are getting something there on top, but at the end we are getting less star tokens than in the past. And now comparing how hard it is to get these star tokens right now and the average outcome of star chests, well, star chests got a buff. Getting those star tokens got harder. This is not a too good change, and I hope they consider changing it more in the future. Well, they did change it multiple times in the past, so I'm really looking forward to that topic in the future. So, what are your thoughts on this topic here? I kinda like the buff of these star chests, but I don't like the change of these star tokens, how we can get them. I hope that there will be further incomes for star tokens, which would even up that kinda like progress loss. Thank you guys for watching, and happy busting!